Good day everybody, welcome to part 13 of Monty's restoration. Hope you're all well, and I hope you're getting better weather than we've had round here just lately. The gale force winds and the rain just haven't let up for about 3 weeks now, and frankly, I've had enough of it. And we begin today's episode in the workshop. There's always plenty to do in the workshop, and we're going to start with this aluminium, I suppose you'd call it a grease shield. It fits in the back of the wheel station. The wheel hub sits in the middle of it, and the little seal inside keeps the dirt and the muck out of the hub seal. And it's all done by this little felt seal in the middle here, which, as you can see, it's not too bad a condition, but still, we'll get that a new one, and I've got some new ones on order. The actual housing itself, though, that needs a proper clean up. Dirt, grease, all over it. So we'll get that in a tub of degreaser. We'll give it a soak for a bit, and then we'll start cleaning it off. It's not actually degreaser, I'll be honest, it's just a bit of diesel. It's cheaper than degreaser, but it does the same job. Quick whip round with the brush, and it cleans up quite reasonable. Now the back of it has a gasket on it, where it fits onto the wheel station. And as you can see, that's in better days, and it's absolutely rock hard now. So all that needs cleaning off and refacing. So we start with a little scraper. Off we go around with the scraper, and yeah, I'll just speed that up a little bit, otherwise we'll be here all day. And then finish it off with a bit of sandpaper just to shine it up. A bit more scraping around the edge there, get the old gasket off, and get it all cleaned up nice, ready for a new gasket to be made. The outside of it, yeah, it doesn't need to be immaculate, but it doesn't need all that dirt all over it. Certainly wants to be clean before we put it back in. So again, bit with the scraper, scrape the dirt off, and then we'll run the old sandpaper around it in a minute just to clean it right up. I started off holding it in my hand like this, and then I thought, no, that's not working very well. I'm going to stick that scraper in my hand at some point. So a better idea, we'll clamp it in a vise. At least I think I'm going to clamp it in a vise. Yeah, there we go. Let's sanding disc on the block. Off we go. Like I say, it doesn't need to be immaculate and polished, but it does need to be clean. Certainly don't want to be introducing dirt. We want to keep it out. That's the main thing. So again, just speed it up a little bit. Otherwise we'll be here all day. Yeah, finish it off with the sandpaper. That's cleaned up quite nicely, that has. You can even see the serial number on it there, or casting number, whatever that is. Always seems to take a bit longer than you think it's going to when you're trying to measure it for the film. I want to get on with the next bit. Anyway, just talk amongst yourselves or I'll finish that off. Finally, give it a wipe off with a bit of brake and clutch cleaner, just to clean it right up. That's the first one done. Only got 4 more to go. Yeah, looks all right. That'll do. And here we are, all 4 cleaned. They've all come up quite well. Yeah. Bit of an issue with this one though. I don't know what's happened to it. There's quite a bit of damage on this edge. A little bit lost to how that's occurred, because you wouldn't need to hit it to get it off. It's just an aluminium housing. So I'd suggest something went wrong in the wheel station at some point. Maybe something got caught in the brake shoe and it damaged it. Still, it's not detrimental to using it, so we can use it. It can go back on again. And finally, there's been some improvement in the weather. It's stopped raining. The wind's even dropped off a bit as well. So we can actually get back outside and crack on with this axle. As you can see, the top side of the 2 axles to clean off, and then they'll be ready for painting. Been round it with the wire brush, got most of the rust off. and what have you. There's a few bits left in the corners to get, and the last couple of bits to tidy it right up. Once done, out comes the spray gun and a fresh coat of paint all round. And that I'm quite pleased with. That's come up very well. That's not too bad at all, that, and a vast improvement on what it was. So, well, finally, we've got to the end of the marathon that has been cleaning this axle set. We've also got a bit of a milestone in the actual restoration as well. Nothing to speak about really. We've actually used one entire tin of primer paint. 2.5 litres, so we'll have to get a new one of them. The last bit of the axles to do is around these prop flanges, but I've got to get some big sockets organised to pull the nuts off to get them flanges off. Now we've finished painting for the time being, it was about time, get a little spray gun a birthday. It's alright rinsing it out, but every now and again you need to strip it right down and give it a proper cleaning. And here we are on the bench again, all the little bits laid out. Don't forget that. All nice and clean and ready for next time. Cracking on in the workshop then. Remember these pipes we put in our trough we made? About time to fish them out and see how they've got on. If I can get my pliers right. I'm certainly not touching them with my hands. I know this acid stuff's meant to be quite harmless, but it stains your fingers black. So I've no plans on touching these bits of pipe until I've got all that washed off. So we've fished that one out. We'll take that out and give that a blast off with the pressure washer, and then we can have a proper look at it. Here we are then, both pipes washed off, and the old acid stuff's been doing a damn good job. It doesn't take the green paint off. What it does do is take the rust off. All those silvery coloured bits you're looking at, that's not silver paint, that's shiny clean metal. How about this, comparing it to the other side? These are the offside brake pipes. They've yet to go in the tank. And the near side ones, they look like that before they went in, if you remember. And the good thing about it is, remember all that muck that was stuck up the inside of the pipe? Yes, how the old air's getting through there, I don't know. But after a couple of weeks in the acid bath, it's all cleaned out rather nicely. And we've blown it through with the airline, and it's all nice and clean. So, get the rest of that green paint sanded off, and get my fresh coat of primer. And they look much better. But it's all right, they look good. They were quite badly rusted, and some of them rust pits might be hiding little pinholes. So I'm going to put some air in it and give them a little test and make sure they're still airtight. We'll check our little tap as well that we've refurbished. So we've made up a little connector so we can connect it to the compressor, bung the air on and see what happens. Now I'm not going to hear any air leaks because I'm a bit deaf. So get up the squirty bottle of soap, give it a good soaking, and if there's an air leak anywheres, it'll start blowing bubbles. So we give it a good spray all the way along. Give the valve a good coating. That's looking a bit suspect. Give that a bit more soap. And let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then we'll have a closer look at it. But the union leaks a bit. That's fair enough, because I didn't tighten them right up. More importantly, is there any air bubbles along that pipe? Well, no, there isn't. There's a few coming out that tap though, so I think we need to revisit that. It's got quite a substantial leak there, so I'll clean it and polish it the other day. It might look good, doesn't necessarily mean it works. Here's the other pipe, and we've got the other tap out as well from the other side of the off side of the airline, so we can do a little test on that as well. So same again, plenty of soap on it. You can already see the bubbles appearing on the connector at this end. Again, I'm not fussed with that. I didn't crunch them up really tight, so quite expecting a few bubbles there. More importantly, it's the pipe itself. Is that airtight, especially where that little tag thing sits on. That's a prime spot for going rusty. But no, we're looking good all the way down, right down to our little tap at the end. I say, this is the other tap, so, and this one seems to be okay. Yeah, no leak there. So we've got one good tap and one we need to have another look at, but both pipes are okay. In the offside brake line has a non-return valve. That's this little thing. That's a bit caked as well, isn't it? So we'll have that next up for a clean up and a do. First thing, take the connectors out the ends. Yeah, they're all right, they're steel. They can go straight in the electrolysis bucket. And I've got a couple of others to go in there as well. As for this valve, it's aluminium case and brass on the inside by the look of it. So we can't put that in the tank. We'll just have to give that a go over with the wire brush. I think we'll clean and muck off the outside first before we start taking the inside apart. Don't want to be introducing that dirt. So, there's our little connectors, all bolted onto our piece of rod. We'll get them in the bucket. They can just carry on, do their own thing for a day or so. We'll come back to them later. We know they're going to clean up quite nicely. Let's make sure we've got a connection there. Yep, and our little valve. Let's start on this. So we clean the outside off. Just give it a once over with the wire brush. Nothing too coarse because it's aluminium. We've got to get that screw undone. That looks like an early tamper-proof idea, that. Somebody's whacked the middle of that with a chisel so you can't get your screwdriver in it to stop you undoing it. But it didn't stop us. We cracked the end off. Just unscrew that brass cap out of it and carefully pull the middle out. A little plunger on a spring and a little case that's full of bits of dirt. Yeah, quite simple really, nothing to go wrong, just needs a good clean up. But yeah, it's all made of brass. To be very careful cleaning this bit though, there's a rubber seal in the end of that. Don't want to be tearing that up. And the actual casing, yeah, we've give that a good wash out on the inside. That's all nice and clean. The copper sealing washer fits around that brass nut at the end, so we'll just warm that up a bit, red hot, dunk it in the cold water to anneal it. That'll soften that up, ready to go back on. Find a bit of blue paper just to dry it off. There we go. That copper washer's cleaned up all right. Now it's nice and soft where it's been annealed. That'll seal nicely when we put it all back together. Once we've got it all back together, plug it into the compressor and give it a quick test and see if it holds air like it's supposed to. Turn the air on, and unfortunately, no, it doesn't. So we need to have a look inside again and see what the problem is. The problem is the valve seat, but to get to it and what we're going to do with it. I've got this tool, it's a plumber's tap seal refacing tool thing. Screw it in the end, has a little cutting blade in it, and you turn it around a few times and cut in, and it redoes the seal quite nicely. Put it all back together, bang it on the compressor, turn the air on, and we're very good this time. That's sealed up quite nicely. So we'll get that a coat of paint, and that can go on the shelf. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for this episode. So I'll leave you with a view of that freshly painted axle, because I'm quite impressed with how that's come out. Well, Christmas is just round the corner and we're all gearing up for the festivities. So I don't think I'll be doing another video this side of Christmas. Well, that doesn't mean the work's not stopping though. We'll still be doing some bits. So anyway, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. But don't get too merry though. And we'll see you sometime after when we've all sobered up a bit. That'll be in part 14. Do tick the like and subscribe boxes if you're still enjoying the videos. And we'll see you after Christmas. Bye now.